It's 8 p.m. You picked up your phone to check a quick text or look at the weather, and suddenly hours vanished. Your thumb is just flicking upward on autopilot. War headlines, economic panic, environmental disasters, and viral posts about toxic partners, cheating spouses, and endless hatred in the comments section. You feel a pit in your stomach, your jaw is tense, and yet you can't look away. That's called doom scrolling. And while it feels like a harmless bad habit, it's actually doing real damage to your headspace, your confidence, and the way you view the people you love. Today, we're looking at what science says this constant influx of bad news does to your brain chemistry and your relationships, and how we can use the life pillars to finally break the cycle. So, what does science say about this? Well, the idea that you become your thoughts isn't just a nice motivational quote. It's basic neuroscience. When you spend hours taking in threat after threat online, your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, fires off nonstop. Studies on digital consumption show that this constant stimulation floods your body with cortisol. Over time, high cortisol wears down your prefrontal cortex, which is the part of your brain handling logic, patience, and long term planning. Thanks to neuroplasticity, your brain adapts to whatever you feed it. Feed it endless threats. And it gets really, really good at finding danger everywhere, even when you're safe in your own living room. This destroys a growth mindset. Psychologist Carol Dweck built her work around the concept of agency, the belief that your effort matters and that you can adapt to change. But social media algorithms aren't designed to give you closure or solutions. They're built to keep you hooked emotionally through uncertainty, fear, or outrage. Psychological studies call this the intolerance of uncertainty loop. You feel anxious, so you scroll for answers. The feed gives you 10 new reasons to worry, and you end up feeling helpless. Instead of asking, what can I build or solve today? Your brain defaults to a defensive, fixed mindset. Everything is broken. People suck, so why try? The worst part? This cynicism doesn't stay on your screen. It bleeds into your house. In media studies, there's a concept called cultivation theory, or mean world syndrome. The more negative media you consume, the more you assume the world is inherently hostile. Recent research shows heavy doom scrollers report far higher rates of social mistrust and hostile attribution bias. In plain English, you start assuming the worst of people. If your feed is full of infidelity stories and relationship horror, you start projecting that onto your partner. An innocent text notification on their desk makes you uneasy. A tired look from your spouse feels like emotional distance or hidden resentment. Add in fubbing, a term used when you're snubbing the person right in front of you to stare at a screen, and you end up emotionally exhausted, quick-tempered, and isolated from the people who actually care about you. So, how do we fix this? How do we break the loop? Let's pull out the life blueprint and get practical. Let's start with L for learn. Get smart about how your phone works. Algorithms are designed to exploit your brain's natural bias toward bad news. Stop giving them free rein. Make a conscious investment to learn how your daily consumption habits are influencing your mindset. Audit your feed today. Cut out accounts that live on rage bait, cheating scandals, and constant panic. Put some friction in place. Set specific windows for news, turn off non-essential notifications, and keep your phone completely out of the bedroom. Yes, completely out of the bedroom. Rest is a prerequisite for optimal health. Let's move on to our inspire pillar. In order to stay inspired, you must remember that the worst stuff on the internet is an extreme outlier, not how most people live daily. Review your social media accounts and reset your algorithm. Unfollow toxic feeds and replace them with content that actually teaches you something, makes you laugh and smile, or shows real-world progress. Your consumption should make you feel good. Next up is flourish. In order to flourish, you must regulate your body first. When you catch yourself spiraling in a scroll loop, put the phone down and physically move. Walk outside, stretch, or take 5 deep breaths. Lowering that physical cortisol signal breaks the brain's false alarm. Create tech free zones during dinner or bedtime to protect your actual relationships. Make a commitment to interrupt what doesn't serve you. And finally, we evolve. Shift from consuming to creating. When you feel that anxious urge to scroll, channel it into localized action. Focus on a project, talk to a friend, or work on a goal. Reclaiming your agency is the fastest way back into a growth mindset. Every time you put the phone down, you physically train your brain to stay grounded. You aren't powerless here, and you don't have to be at the mercy of an algorithm. You get to decide what gets your attention and what shapes your thoughts. Choose inputs that build your mindset and protect your peace. Thank you so much for joining me today. And please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with someone who might need a little extra harmony in their life today. Until next time, keep on learning, stay inspired, continue to flourish, and never stop evolving.